there you go. Post Malone, Luke Combs, and Guy for that.
Time now for your question of the day. Brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Markets of Las Cruces. Fresh produce, bread, meat, honey, food trucks, handmade art, music, and more. Every Saturday and Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m., downtown Las Cruces.
That's right, our question of the day, brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Market of Las Cruces. By the way, great time to head down to the Farmers and Crafts Market if you're looking for some of those gifts and, of course, unique homemade gifts and food, too. Yeah, spread the food around with your friends and family as they come into town. And speaking of the holidays, of course, next week is Thanksgiving. And I mentioned earlier today that, we're having our little office Thanksgiving get-together, a little potluck. Everybody's bringing a little something. And, yeah, I'm sure that the traditional stuff is going to be there. Turkey, stuffing, maybe some cranberry sauce. I didn't see it on the list, but maybe that's a choice right there. And there are all of those traditional foods that you have with your Thanksgiving. Maybe a little pumpkin pie in there. I'm an apple person myself, but, yeah, maybe a little pie in there. The turkey, you've got, what else are you going to throw in there? Oh, somebody's got to bring a few other desserts right there, perhaps a fruit salad or two, or your green bean salad, all of the traditional Thanksgiving foods that are out there. Or are they? Yeah, because sometimes people do things a little bit different right there, and they don't have some of the, I guess you could call them non-traditional Thanksgiving foods. Yeah, so I'm asking you, what's on your family's Thanksgiving table? Or just in general, does your family have a completely different Thanksgiving meal? One that doesn't have some of those traditional foods that are on there. Maybe you have the traditional foods and you add a little something extra. I'm going to be honest right there. I cannot have a Thanksgiving without throwing the tamales in there because, to me, Thanksgiving is the beginning of that tamale season. And if you get the nice, good, hot ones, oh, they're so good. So I bring that one. I know I throw that one. So in my eyes, that's your traditional Thanksgiving food for me. I'm just saying, but there are others out there. So let's share with everybody. Does your family have a completely different Thanksgiving meal? Maybe one with non-traditional Thanksgiving food items. Let me know your answers. Call them in, text them in, 575-523-KGRT. Of course, we are live on our social media pages, so you can leave your comments down below and let us know, does your family have a completely different type of Thanksgiving meal? Maybe one with some non-traditional food items in there. I am curious to see what kind of answers we're going to get. Let me know your answers for our question of the day, brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Market of Las Cruces. All right. Got to go ahead and check all the buttons, and we are all good there. And we are exclusively live on our social media pages. So, yeah, Thanksgiving, all kinds of foods can come in there. And, it just popped into my head when we talk about non-traditional Thanksgiving foods and, Snoopy cooking up all that food for the Thanksgiving with the peanuts. Remember the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving thing? Yeah, certainly non-traditional food items were in there, especially the popcorn type thing, but I'm not necessarily opposed to that one either. So, yeah, non-traditional Thanksgiving food items. Does your family have a few of those? Or I guess what would be considered non-traditional? I mean, if they're traditional in your family, then they are. Let's see. Check this one out. Oh, yeah. Had a customer give me this yesterday. So apparently someone was handed a ham and turkey. So actually, I'm really good with the Thanksgiving ham right there. You know why? Once again, leftovers, ham sandwiches for days. That does look like a huge turkey, though. He sent me a picture. So, yeah, go ahead and let me know what your family could be doing for Thanksgiving as far as food goes. Do you have any non-traditional food items on your menu? In the meantime, let's go ahead and see what's going on in and around the world. Oh, once again, call or text 575-523-KGRT. And, of course, leave your comments down below. Let's see what is going on in and around the world. Kim Kardashian recently purchased the Bible her father gave O.J. Simpson in 1994. Okay, not really sure if that's a juxtaposition in items there. Let's see, McDonald's is launching a Grinch meal to celebrate the holidays. The meal will feature dill pickle Grinch salt, McShaker fries will be available at participating restaurants. I'm definitely going to pass on that one. Let's see. The Braxton Brewing Company in Covington, Kentucky has created a Skyline Chili beer. Actually, I think they did that a couple of years ago as well. But the Spice Stout captures the essence of Cincinnati's famous dish. So, hey, Southern New Mexico, I think we're always down for a chili beer. Let's see. Miss Piggy's shoes are going to be auctioned off in California. The auction will commemorate the 70th anniversary of Jim Henson's company and is expected to raise tens of thousands of dollars. Actually, I think I saw in celebration of that 70 years as well that we were going to have... oh, my goodness. I'm having a brain freeze right now. That we were going to have one of the Muppets was going to do like a unfiltered Q&A type of thing that was going to be on there. And I can't remember who exactly it was, but it was going to be awesome. Let's see. Miss Mexico, Fatima Bosch, won the Miss Universe title last night in Thailand. So, yeah, from Villahermosa, Tabasco, Mexico. She overcame dyslexia and ADHD to earn a fashion design degree. And so, hey, congratulations. Miss Universe is from Mexico. That's awesome. And how much is your Thanksgiving meal going to cost you this year? Well, apparently it is going to be up for a party of 10, mind you. The price has actually dropped 5% from last year. So about $56. And like I said, that's down from 58 from last year. So they even give a whole list of everything that you're paying for. So I don't know. Like I said, non-traditional items, I don't think that they're going to be on that list. But do you have any, I guess, see, here's the thing. Thanksgiving meal, if you're having the same thing year after year with your family, that's tradition right there. But most traditional food items that are on there, your turkey, your stuffing, cranberry sauce, all of that stuff, that's going to be there. I think if you think of your traditional Thanksgiving meal, that's on there. But like I said, if your family is doing other items that are on the menu and you've done it for years, that's a tradition to me. So maybe some conventional Thanksgiving items. Yeah, I guess that would be better, somebody's going to throw some, like some pozole or something else in there as well, because it's New Mexico. That would be considered tradition, I think. I'm bringing the tamales for this year's Thanksgiving, so I've got that one taken care of myself. But what about you? Does your family have a completely different Thanksgiving meal, or maybe some with non-traditional or non-conventional food items for your Thanksgiving? Let me know your answers. Call them in, text them in, 575-523-KGRT. That's 575-523-5478. And, of course, leave your comments down below for our question of the day, brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Market of Las Cruces.
Yes,